Welcome back, Luxurious Fleet. Nissan has just unveiled their Z Proto or Proto Z, and it looks incredible. But other than the breathtaking design, Nissan had very little to share with us. The hour-long digital unveil definitely raised more questions than answers. And in today's video, we're going to talk about everything we still don't know about the upcoming Nissan Z car. We don't know a lot. Okay, first things first, we still have no idea what this thing is going to be called. I think it's largely going to be dependent on the powertrain. Nissan 400Z is the most logical choice for a name. It is going to have, in theory, we know it has a twin-turbo V6. They talked about that for like this long during their hour-long presentation. They said, hey, it has a twin-turbo V6 and it has a 6-speed manual. That's really all they said about the powertrains. We know Nissan has a twin-turbo V6 in the Infiniti lineup. We see it in the Q50 and the Q60, and then they also have a red sport of both of those, which ups the horsepower an additional 100 horsepower. So I think we're going to see a Nissan 400 with 400 horsepower, or a Nissan Z 400, 400Z, 400Z, 400 horsepower, and then 300Z, maybe with the detuned 300 horsepower that we see in the base Q50, the base Q60s. Now, could they also still use a VC turbo? In theory, maybe, because the VC turbo is a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with upper 200 horsepower, about 270, 280 horsepower when it's fully tuned. But apparently that can only be mated to a CVT, and we all know we love those CVTs. And then I think there could also be a base version. So you have the 400, 300, whether that's the twin-turbo V6 detuned or maybe the VC 4-cylinder turbo. And then maybe they have a naturally aspirated base engine, and we'll talk about pricing on how that's going to segment here in a little bit. I think Nissan hinted a little bit at electrification for this Z. Right before they mentioned twin-turbo V6, they were throwing around the Nissan Ariya and how electrification is so important to their future and their brand. So I think eventually we're going to see an e-Power version of the Z, or possibly even a fully electric Z. Fingers crossed. And that would mean that this is a totally new platform in order for it to support those brand new electrified powertrains as well. So that's kind of exciting, but they'd never mentioned horsepower or anything like that. So we don't know in terms of performance. We don't know any 0 to 60 times. And it was kind of disappointing how they showed the car so briefly of it driving during the hour-long presentation. And they did have B-roll of it driving. I'll sprinkle it in for you guys if I haven't already, of the car driving around slowly around a track, but they showed so little of it. And it would have been nice to see this car doing a drag race. I know, it sounds ridiculous, but against every single Z generation. How incredible would that have been to build hype, excitement? If they unveiled the new Z at this event with it drag racing and smoking the 370, the 350, the 300ZX, all the generations, I think a lot of us would, that'd be something we all remember. We're not gonna remember anything about this digital unveil. Hey guys, if you would so kindly smash that like button, that would help me out so much with that so-called YouTube algorithm thing. And if we get over 3,000 likes, maybe Nissan will sprinkle a little bit more of that information our way, because I think most of us need a little bit more than what we were given. And we still don't know anything about suspension. We got a good look at the brakes. We have 6 piston calipers in the front and 4 in the back, but that's probably going to be for the 400Z, that'd be my guess, unless they have some additional package for the 300Z. And we don't know what kind of materials they're going to use. We don't know the weight of this. We don't know if they're going to use that carbon fiber that they just had a hour-and-a-half live stream on the other a couple weeks ago that I live streamed too. It was fairly interesting. But it just seems like that carbon fiber technology that they're just trying to generate any excitement over, it seems like it's kind of far off for mass production, and they don't really know what kind of cars are gonna have it and what volume. So I think that was just more of an advertisement piece than anything. So I think we're gonna see a lot of maybe aluminum instead of steel for the body. Okay, so got engine performance for the most part out of the way. As long as it's fairly close in performance to the Supra, it will automatically win because it has a manual transmission, and it's a fully, as far as we know, it's a fully Japanese car built in Japan, designed in Japan. Renault, I think, has very little to do with it. And for the Japanese sports car enthusiast purist out there, the Supra doesn't fill the appetite. No manual transmission, built in Austria with BMW. It's not what Supra fans were asking for, and that's where Nissan can come in and just surprise us, and they have so far, but we still don't know a lot about it. Availability. Yeah, it's my cheat sheet here. Availability. Now, we don't know, of course. They didn't mention that, but I'm going to take a stab at it. So they did mention that they started development, tossing around designs in spring of 2017. Typical car production, from what I looked up, is around 4 years. And 4 years would be next summer if they're able to swing it. My gut feeling is telling me summer of 2022, not summer of 2021. So we really don't know availability. I'll see you guys in the comments on that. Pricing, if they can undercut the Supra, have the 400Z at $45K, the 300Z at about $35K and up, of course, $45K and up for the 400Z. And then for the base, if they have a naturally aspirated 6-speed manual, that's kind of like the tuner's car. It only comes in one package, which is base, 6-speed manual. Do you know how many people would love that? If they can bring that out at around $30K to compete with the GT86 and the Subaru BRZ, I would take the Z. I love the styling of the Z. It's incredible. And last thing I'm probably going to mention in this video is the styling that I don't like about it, which is the grille. I've seen a lot of renders leading up to this, and the grille was never a turnoff for me. The big square, I keep calling it a square, the big rectangular grille that we have on this prototype is gross. That's probably the best way I can put it. I personally don't like it. I heard some of you in the live stream last night, if you were there, thanks for stopping by. I heard some of you saying you don't mind the grille. The grille to me is the only thing about the design of the car, inside and out, that I don't like. I love everything about the inside. Yes, I'd love to have analog gauges for the tachometer, the speedometer, but I really can't complain about anything else on the interior. We have the 6-speed manual. I really can't complain about anything at this point. But that grille, if they're just dial it back, it's so harsh with how large it is and how 90-degree angle it is. They need to taper that down. I'll show some prototype grills, or at least some other renders, because this is a prototype, some other renders from fans that has a much better grille to it. The good thing is that this is still a prototype, and they have a lot of time for them to be able to figure out how to mold and shape that grille so it's not so unrefined. Unrefined is probably the best way to put it. Gross, gross is a little bit more emotional. That's kind of what I feel when I see it. Unrefined is probably the more objective description of that grill. Anyways, if you guys were in the live stream last night, thank you guys so much. It was a blast, and I just love live streaming with you guys. The next live stream I will be doing, let me pull up the calendar really quick. You guys asked for it this week. You want me to stream Battery Day for Tesla. I don't really cover them at all on my channel. I mention them when I talk about electric vehicles, of course, but hey, any chance I can get to hang out with you guys, the Lexurious Fleet, and just talk about cars and technology, hey, I'll do it. So I'll be streaming Battery Day. That's going to be happening on Tuesday the 22nd. I'll be starting at 3 p.m. So I'll see you guys then. Bring your snacks and drinks, and that's 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I have a live stream on Thursday the 24th for more Nissan/Infiniti, where they're going to be unveiling the Q60 monograph. So that'll be a lot of fun as well, and expect it to be similar to this. Them unveiling a prototype. I'm not going to get a lot of real concrete information, at least I don't expect it to. Kind of like what we saw with the Z prototype. A lot of hype, not a lot of sustenance, and we got some cool pictures. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely see you in the comments below. If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and do that. Let's get to 3,000 likes. Maybe Nissan will drop me an egg of information that we didn't get from this reveal. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. We got a new Z. It's exciting. Who knows when we'll get it, what it will be exactly, how much it'll cost, etc. We already talked about that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Peace out. Peace out.